Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So in a minute, I try to keep an eye on the DXY for you, and just try and find any confluence in other areas and other charts that can sort of pave a way of a direction for Bitcoin basically. So right now, we've got the DXY, it's closing down. In my opinion, the DXY is now in a downtrend on the weekly time frame, and Bitcoin is in an uptrend on the weekly time frame because you're getting back above the 20 EMA. But what we want to see most importantly, just like this has entered a downtrend by losing the 55 weekly EMA, we need to see Bitcoin getting its ass back above that weekly 55 EMA. So until we start to see that, expect volatility. Okay, so looking at this chart here, for me, you've entered this downtrend, you're getting confirmation right there. So what we need to see going forward is resistance and drop, and I think if we start to see that, we're going to see these multiple death crosses, and we've got a confirmation of the bottom on Bitcoin and crypto, and we're looking at a beautiful impulsive move, and that's the way it is. It's that simple. Okay, simple technical analysis. But there equally exists the possibility that this is just finding support. It's going to take out these EMAs and it's going to start to come up and put another impulsive move to the upside. Okay, and that would be really bearish for crypto, and I think you will see new lows, obviously. Possibly 10k, 9k, 3k, or whatever some of those perma bears are calling for. The scenario here that the DXY has just found support and it gets back above these EMAs, takes out this high. I think you could be looking at disaster for the crypto markets, and it really is that simple. So one thing I'm looking for a sort of warning shot here for crypto is closing back above these EMAs for the DXY on the weekly time frame, getting its ass back above those EMAs. I think would be a really bearish statement. Okay, and that's the sort of warning shot sign that I can find for you. But at the minute, we have to pay attention to the charts. The DXY's entered a downtrend, which is good for crypto, and Bitcoin is getting its ass back above its weekly 20. But what we need to see most importantly for Bitcoin is getting back above the weekly 55. It's not done it yet, and like I said to you, I think that that's a very strong confirmation of a bottom and a new uptrend, that you've entered on the weekly time frame. Until we see that, expect volatility, and that's what we're getting. Okay, we're running to a kilo resistance. What's going to happen? Everyone thinks it's going to go up, or is it going to go down right now? So I'm trying to find anything in the charts here that can kind of guide us as to what way we think it's going to go, give us a kind of looking glass. There is a breakdown target on XRP, some kind of head and shoulders. Obviously, I would love for it to be invalidated and it go up, but there is a breakdown target, and we have to pay attention to that. It's looking like a head and shoulders with a breakdown down to 0.38 cents. I know it's a Bitcoin video, but I'm just trying to find confluence in any of the charts as to the direction of Bitcoin. We did get a beautiful breakout on Bitcoin, some kind of bull flag broken out, and we're currently holding the neckline. I think if we start to lose that neckline, it will invalidate the bull flag target basically, and invalidate that bull flag that we're looking at right there, and we'll begin a retracement. At that point, I think the DXY will start to come up into these resistances on the EMAs right there. So is the DXY doing anything to indicate, a retracement or whatever? So let's take a look at the 4-hourly time frame for the DXY. So looking at the DXY on the 4-hourly time frame, then we've got a beautiful descending level support at the moment on the DXY. And we've got this descending level of resistance, okay, the 4-hourly 55. I think a really sort of bullish thing to the DXY, obviously, and as you're fully aware, bearish thing for crypto would be a close above that 4-hourly 55, okay? And, I think at this point, if we was to see this break of this 4-hourly 55, because this is potentially some kind of falling wedge just there, which is technically a bullish reversal pattern. They don't always break to the upside, but, they are statistically higher probability of breaking to the upside. If it does close above this 4-hourly trend line here, this green line and the 55, I would be looking to short crypto at that point, okay, until at least retraces to that purple line. So this could be an opportunity for a big short, okay, for crypto. But obviously, equally, this can break down, as you're fully aware. There's no guarantees. If we do start to sort of compress here, we are getting some kind of reaction relatively soon. Bitcoin's sort of crabbing, isn't it? Crypto's running into a brick wall and going sideways. This is sort of crabbing and getting really tight in here. This will react up or down, okay? You can trade either. If this does break out, I would go short on crypto. If this breaks down, I would go long on crypto. Really is that simple, okay? So, price compression leading to expansion. We've got some kind of break here. I'm a little bit more biased towards the fact that I think we might see this break up towards a purple line. I'm going to go through this with you as to why, because this is exactly what we're seeing over here. Let me show you. So at the minute, you're falling through the fibs, and this is what I said to you last year. As this thing starts to take off, it will come back down, and I think that if you start to lose this and turn this into resistance, which we did, I think you begin a healthy retracement in 2023, leading back down through the fibs to a key level support, primarily, I think it was a 12-month, let's have a look at this, it was not the 12-hour, I do apologise, it was a 12-month, where are we, the 12-month 20 EMA is what I'm looking at for the DXY, okay, so you've broken out here, and you can clearly see you've got a sort of rinse repeat pattern. Every 3 years we're getting a pullback to support, okay? And I think you've had this take off, 2 years take off, pullback, 2 years take off, pullback. So like I said to you, I think we'll see a big wick in 2022, and I think we'll see a big drawback in the DXY, which is going to be opportunity for crypto, a potential big impulsive move. And we have started the year off relatively well for that, you know, projection basically. So if we do start to come back, I would be looking for this to come all the way back down through these fibs, potentially wicking down to the 0.5 fib at 92.49, and I think that's just going to be an opportunity. Come the year end, we'll see a big red candle, and then potentially this thing will take off again after breaking out, falling support, breaking out, falling support, so on and so forth, okay, for the DXY. But again, no guarantees. So I think you're coming and you're falling through the fibs. So if we drop to the 4-hourly time frame just there, you can see in the process of falling through the fibs, what happens, you come down and you come back up, you know, to back test them as resistance. So just there, we've got a clear breakdown on the 4-hourly time frame. I know it's a Bitcoin video, but it's just correlation in other charts. You got the breakdown, confirmed resistance. Breakdown of the 786, which is the blue line, came back up, confirmed resistance. Boom, impulsive move to the downside. And what we've done, we toyed with the 702 fib, which is this purple line. You see this purple line? So we toyed with that as support, and boom, we broke down. So I think potentially where we are is somewhere like that, where we create this reversal pattern and come back up into the 786. We're creating this kind of reversal pattern, we'll come back up into the 702. So I think we could be looking at some kind of retracement here for crypto. So if we drop the Bitcoin chart in, so go to the plus like that, go to BTUSD, new price to scale, drop that in. You can see here what happened when we got this breakdown. And in my opinion, this is why we've seen such a big rally, because I think that, you know, potentially looking back, the bottom was last year, okay, and at this point here, as the DXY began to break down, in my opinion, if we take a look, this was some kind of top. Obviously, I was looking for the continuation as this broke down, and then obviously we had the FTX, but that has been quickly and swiftly recovered. So in time, we could say, you know, we was looking to break down the DXY there, and we were looking to take off just there in November last year, confirming the June low as the bottom. But we got this big FTX scandal, you know, some potentially kind of black swan, and this is why we've quickly recovered, and we've taken out, and we've come all the way back up to where we should have been, okay, and we've seen the breakdown of the DXY. It's a possibility, but anyway, you know, we can look at the moves here. So as we started to come down, we got this low, and you can clearly see as this began to retrace into the 786, what happened for Bitcoin? It came down, okay, and it put a new low in, didn't it? Now, I'm not saying we're going to get a new low, but I'm saying we're so far into space that potentially we could retrace whilst this breaks out into 702 fib. And it's just opportunity, because as soon as that hits the 702 fib, I think you'll break down again. And this is a potential scenario. There's no guarantees. Remember that. I think you break down again, and you're looking at that, the golden ratio on the fibs, okay, and this thing will start to find support, and then it's taking off into space, and it's confirming the bottom, okay, as the DXY equally confirms the downtrend, you understand? So it's technical analysis. It's, you know, there's no guarantees. You know, we could break up here on the DXY, take out 702 fib, begin a massive retracement after potential correction, come back up the stairs and take out all the resistance of the EMAs, and this is where you're going to see this orange line just absolutely tank, basically. So it's a possible scenario, and I'm trying to find any sort of correlation in other charts. Just there, we broke down, we got a lovely rally, and then boom, this dropped, okay, as this retraced to 786. So right now, if we break out of this falling wedge like this, and we start to come up to 702 fib, I would expect this to retrace, okay, and you're not looking at continuation here towards 25k. Obviously, you know, not got a crystal ball, but if this does break down, because obviously falling wedges are not primarily bullish, they can be bearish as well. If this does start to turn this in resistance, boom, you're going to break out, and you just get an absolute continuation here, and you're confirming the bull market, aren't you? Because you're going to get the death cross on the DXY, and you're equally going to close below the monthly 20 EMA. So it's at a crossroads. What am I leaning towards? I'm leaning a little bit more towards the fact that we might see a retracement to 702 fib and a breakdown, some kind of retracement here for the Bitcoin market and the crypto markets, because I'm looking at some kind of head and shoulders on XRP as well. So that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Bye-bye.